Hello everyone and welcome back to our Football Manager Road to Glory save here with York City, where we take York from the Conference North all the way up to the Premier League and beyond. Now, I remember when I said last season that we only needed sort of 3-4 signings to complete the squad for this league. Well, this summer that completely went out the window. I was like a kid in a candy store and we've signed 20 or 30 players. Let's take a look at what's been going on over the summer. So you can see, everybody, the sheer amount of players that we brought in over the summer is pretty ridiculous for me. I normally don't like to bring in this amount because I feel it unstabilises the team atmosphere. But this season I made an exception because remember last season we got our under-21 squad that was given to us by the board. So I thought I may as well go out there and just sign a load of high potential youngsters to put them in the under 23s to see if they develop and sell them along for a profit. Now that's not to say that we haven't signed any first team regulars, because that certainly wouldn't be true. You might be thinking, Webby, have you lost your goddamn mind with all these signings? No. Most of these, as I say, are going to be developmental, but there are a few signings for the first team. Take a look at Charlie Wiggett here. I think Charlie is an absolutely tremendous signing. I think he's got potential captain written all over him. He's got determination 17, leadership 15, really good physicals, decent enough technicals. We can work on these as we progress in the season, but heading 11, marking 11, tackling 11 is not so bad at all. Let's go back there. Jaden Forrester is a developmental one. James Norris, I'm not so sure of. I had high hopes for James when I got the scout reports in of him, but it turns out he's only a 4-star potential. I think he could be okay, but we'll see how he goes. I'm going to put him in the under 23s there as well. Janeel Bennett is a player I really love to sign on most of my lower league saves. When you're at this sort of at this stage, he's a good player to have. He's got excellent physicals, as you can see there, bags of pace and acceleration. Not so great on the mentals or the technicals, a lot to work on for him, but already a value of 97k. So worst case scenario, we can sell him on. He'll be back up, I think, for this season for Connor Stanley and Jordan Cox over on the right hand side. Who else have we got in? We got Oliver Shenton, finally, the player we've been tracking all last season, who wanted like 2k a week, if you remember. Are we recording? Yes, we are. Who wanted 2k a week, if you remember, for playing for us. Now he's dropped his wage demands to £725 a week, so I moved in. He's really good. 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability player. Excellent for the deep lying playmaker position that we have. But unfortunately for Oliver, and I guess for Ben Camis and Isaac Christie-Davis as well, is we got somebody even better coming a couple of days after that. I'll show you him shortly. Dombrowski, another one of the punts to nothing. I am absolutely delighted, guys, to introduce you to Luca Ercolani. You may be familiar with him already if you do lower league saves or watch a lot of lower league saves on YouTube. He is an absolute beast at the back. He comes from the Man United under 21s here, as you can see from the United under 21s. Italian centre back, and you know how much I love an Italian at the back. But the most pleasing thing I think about Luca here is that he's a left-footed or left-sided central defender, so he can really complement Romano, Pietro Romano, Ciavatini or Wiggett at the back. I've got a lot of options there now, a lot of strength at the back. He's very good, as you can see. Really, I think the key for Luca here is his mental attributes here. Moving on, I'm not going to go through all of these players, but just the key ones, and a key one for us is Ethan Galbraith here. Now Ethan is the player I mentioned, the deep lying playmaker, who I think is better than Shenton. He's got first touch 15, passing 13, tackling 14, technique 14, determination 17, vision 15. He is absolutely spot on, perfect for our deep lying playmaker role in our 4-4-2. system. He's got a 4.5-star potential, 4.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Got him from the York under 21 side as well. As I say, I'm not going to go through all of those. I'll show you the squad depth shortly, but picking out a couple more highlights, we've got Kieran Slicker here, who I think is going to go very well as backup or competing for places with Stevens for goalie. You can see his goalkeeping stats are actually really, really good. Just the goalkeeping stats here: 3-star, 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability. Good aerial reach, good handling, good kicking, good one-on-ones. Really, really good. I think for this level, and 18 years old for a goalie, that's very, very young indeed. He's got a lot of time to grow and develop. Let's have a look. One more or two more I want to show you. Matt Lowe here, tremendous pickup. I think Matt Lowe, he's going to be our first team in our first team as the first choice left winger. He's got 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, loads of acceleration, crossing, etc. Could do with a bit more work on his technicals and mentals, but we'll cross that bridge certainly when we come to it. As you can see, there are a lot of signings here I made. Just picking out Medford Smith here. I wanted an improvement at left back over Muscat, but I think Medford Smith is more or less on a par with Muscat. He's a bit quicker and a bit better mentals, I think, but we will see. They'll battle it out for that spot. So I think, as I say, the best way to do this is show you really the squad depth going into the season. So taking a look at the squad depth here, let's go into the squad depth screen. You can see that all over the pitch now we are a lot better than we were in terms of at least the numbers of players that we have competing for the positions. So we've got certainly Luca Navarro and Jamie Gray up front. We've got this kid Vickers in. He's a 2-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Very, very pleasing indeed. But he's certainly got acceleration, decent enough mentals, okay-ish technicals. A lot to work on with him, but there's a lot to like as well. So as I say, Anasante and Kempster, of course, they're still knocking around. So as I say, I'm very happy with that front. Maybe I could do with a superstar striker in on loan. I am looking to get players in on loan, but that's proving a little bit difficult because of our reputation for our club. But on the left hand side, I'm going to go with Matt Lowe. It says he's only 2.5-star, but he's got bags of potential. We've also got Bars, don't forget, and Kempster, who can play on the left. Maybe another left winger coming in on loan, we will see. In the centre, I am absolutely delighted with our strength. We've got Galbraith, we've got Mark Lewis. I'll show you Lewis here. Lewis is, he's really, really good player. I do like him a lot. He's a 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential, great physicals, okay mentals, could be better on the mental front, but decent enough player. But as I say, he's going to be playing as a shadow striker or attacking midfielder. We're going to be dropping the downloaded tactics as we go through the season, and I'm going to be developing my own ones. I think that's only fair, really. So I think the 4-2-3-1 is certainly one that I'll be looking into. So I picked Marcel up for that role. We've also got a couple of kids in the under 21s who are begging to be played in that role as well. Ben Camis, Vieira, Isaac Christie Davis. I'd love another box-to-box specialist, box-to-box midfielder. I'll show you who I'm after this part. Jordan Cox, Connor Stanley and Bennett over on the right. Very, very strong over there. Muscat and Medford and Joe West on the left. Absolutely delighted with our centre-backs, our central defensive. So many options. Luca Ercolani is certainly going to occupy that left side of defence there. Who's going to go on the right? Sia Vattini, Romano, Wiggett. We will see. This kid Casey came in again with the intention of perhaps training him for this role. I'll be on the lookout for more defensive midfielders as well. And over at right back, we're going to go with Dyer or Moore. I'd love another right back. I'm working on loan signings as we speak for right back. In goal, Stevens, Trafford or Slicker. Trafford, again, came through from the Man City, I think. Yeah, it was the Man City under 21 side. So you can see the way I like to do business is basically, like I mentioned right at the start of last season, I think it was. I essentially send my scouts out to all the big Premier League under 18s and under 21, scout out everyone that they have, especially those coming out of contracts at the end of the season, and then make a judgment call, bring them in on trial and swoop if they're any good. So hopefully we've strengthened enough, but I'll show you the potential loans in just a moment. So you can see who we're after here in terms of the loan signings. We've got Kun Kuzmanikov here, who I'm going to offer a loan offer, suggest terms. Yeah, not paying any money. That's brilliant news with that one. So he would certainly be in a battle with Gray for the striker position there. Also, we've got Teddy Jenks here from Brighton under 21. I think Teddy Jenks is absolutely superb. He would be ideal, like really, really superb for box-to-box as competition for Ronaldo Vieira. I think he would be a superb signing. I've made a bid for him. I don't know if he'll want to come to us, but I'm determined to get him in, determined to land him, we'll hopefully be able to bring him in. In terms of these transfers here, this Ascona transfer has been going on for ages, it seems. I'm still waiting for that one to go through. And Lucas here, I signed him. I found him, I think he was again one of those newbie regens or new gens that come through, so I thought I'd pick him up. A lot of potential, I think, to that player. So in terms of this episode, because it's so hot and I'm absolutely frying here, I'm not liking it. The old Dyson back there is helping me out a little bit, but it's not ideal for recording, and I'm absolutely losing the will to live here, really. We're only going to do the Yeovil match this episode, I think, and we'll take a look at some of the new signings, see how they get on, and hopefully get a result to kickstart our season. It was as I suspected. Teddy Jenks here has rejected our offer. I think he probably sees us as too low for his level, but I'm going to go back in. I'm so determined to get him in. I think he would be absolutely unbelievable as a signing. Dombrowski there turns professional. Excellent news. He's got a lot of potential. This Dombrowski, I can see him fighting it out in a couple of seasons' time. So certainly. Solanke, no, not interested. So I'll go through all these and see what we can do in terms of their loan signings, and we'll push on now to the match itself. So this is the problem I think we're going to have this season, because we strengthened so much. It's going to be difficult to pick a side on match day. Last season it was pretty, straightforward. We had our starting 11 and a few subs. This season, bit of a different kettle of chips. It's going to be quite difficult, I think, like I say, to get a team, decide on a team. But you can never have too many options as a manager. It's a nice problem to have, I think. So let's take you through the team for today's match. We'll have Jamie Gray and Navarro up front. Lowe on the left. I'm training him to be more familiar with the left midfielder role. He can already play it, but Galbraith in the middle, Vieira's box to box, Cox over on the right, Muscat and Ercolani on the left, Ciabattini and Dyer, and then Slicker making his debut in goal. So the debutants here are Slicker, Galbraith and Lowe. On the bench we've got Wiggett, we've got Connor Stanley, we've got Bennett. Is it really worth having Bennett on the bench? No, I don't think so, because we've got Connor Stanley here. I'll give Bennett a run around at some point. Medford Smith, Marcel Lewis and Ryan Viggers on the bench as options to come on. So let's submit the team and get into the dressing room to do the team talk. We are then in the dressing room itself, so let's hand over to assistant, see what Charlie Oatway says. I have faith in you, I have faith in you, and I have faith in you. Now I'm hoping for a win today to really kind of get some momentum into our team. It's sometimes tricky at the start of a season when you bring in a lot of players like I have this season. It's sometimes quite tricky to get the form going because the players need time to get used to each other, to get used to the tactic and system, all that kind of stuff. Galbraith with a shot. It's a little bit fast at the moment, so let's bring down the highlights there. Yeah, so it does take a while to get the sort of the momentum and the team cohesion is the word I'm looking for built up. Hopefully we have enough class and quality to push us through. Get early results helps a lot. With that, Vieira playing it in. Gray. Oh, what is going on at the back here for Yeovil? Very messy from them. Yeah, the graphics as well has been a little bit jerky. I think I need to do a graphics card driver update, but I'll do that after the game. It really has been roasting here. I was hoping to do sort of record 3 or 4 episodes today and yesterday over the weekend to get ahead of the game, and hoping to go daily content like I mentioned last episode, but I don't think that's going to be possible this week. Oh, Muscat scores. Lovely goal from Muscat. Let's take another look at this, see what happens here. Muscat is really, really tremendous, actually. He really is. For a player you can get in the conference for free. Excellent player. Muscat picks it up, drifts out further out over to the left, brushes off his man and passes it into the back of the net. Excellent goal. Yeah, so I was hoping to do a load of recordings, you know, be able to do daily content for you all, but unfortunately it's just been too hot, and also I think Cox is on an injury. We'll get Stanley on at half time. Also I think as well, I think with if I do go daily to daily content, I want a second series running, and I think it's going to be a rebuild series rather than this York. Obviously the York series is going to continue Monday, Wednesday and Fridays, but like I say, I think maybe if I was going to go and do daily uploads, Tuesdays and Thursdays would be rebuilding clubs, perhaps down on their lap, perhaps endure a rebuild for 3 or 4 seasons, you know, with a target of winning silverware or something like that, to see. But we'll see how it goes. I just want to play this week by ear, I think, a little bit. Let's go to the dressing room and give the team talk here. Bit of a morale boost, yeah, okay. Let's go to tactics. I want to take off. I want to bring on Cox, Stanley for Cox. Yeah, so you can see that I'm absolutely sweating buckets here. It really has been bizarre, this weather, this heat wave. 34 it is right at the moment. I've had to have the Dyson on in the background. Sorry if you can pick up the noise. I just don't think I would have been able to record without it on. Galbraith brought down by Watson. Penalty to York. Navarro should be taking this one for us. Navarro steps up. Be nice for Navarro to get in his opening goal of the season. Navarro slots it in the back of the net. Absolutely no doubt that Navarro should score there. So that really should put the game beyond Yeovil here. Yeah, so as I say, I mean, I do have this thing where I try and run before I can walk, if you know what I mean. So I have so many ideas floating around my head for series, and I'm going to do daily uploads and, you know, 2 series a day and whatnot. But I think really with this, if it's a project that you want to get good at, you need practice and you need to put the time and effort in there to help your delivery and your editing and your content grow sort of organically rather than try and force it. So that's what I'm going to do, I think, rather than sort of try and force the issue. Cleared by Yeovil there. So that's my thoughts. I mean, let me know if you really wanted a daily uploads. Let me know in the comments down below. Certainly, I'm up for doing these kind of rebuilds in for 3 or 4 seasons in big fallen giant clubs, if you know what I mean. Shenton's going to come on for Galbraith. He had an okay debut, Galbraith. 6.8 is not too bad. And I'm going to give Viggers a run out for Gray here. confirm the subs and we'll play. Yeah, so I think it's looking really, really positive for York this season. I mean, in this league, we've got 3 automatic playoff spots to go for. Oh, they should have scored there. Skindy for Yeovil should have slotted it in the back of the net. So 3 automatic promotion spots to go for. So certainly, I don't think it's impossible for us to go up in this season. I'd be delighted with that. Slicker does very, very well there. Good signs for Slicker early on. Yeah, so like I say, I mean, the plan is just really to continue on as I'm going for another few weeks, month low, and just develop it, you know, as anybody would with a normal project. Get better at what you do. It's always important, and have fun is always important as well, I think, too. Not put too much stress on yourself. Vieira. Let's no, we've already made all of our changes here. Like I say as well, hopefully I can get in a couple of loans, really just to polish off the first team. I'm looking for superb players, basically 5-star players that you saw there, like you saw there from the ones I was already in for. So I shall be doing that off camera. And it looks like it's going to end 2-0 to York here. Lovely result for us for our first game in the league. We are recording. Yeah, I'm constantly doing that as well. I had a big error this morning. I recorded the whole episode and it came out in the wrong resolution because of the changes I've been making to my OBS settings. It was really annoying. So I've had to sit here and sweat some more and record the episode from fresh. Hopefully this time round it works. If it doesn't, I may well actually lose my temper, which is not usual for me. I'm normally quite calm and placid as a personality. I like to think anyway. Takes a lot for me to lose my temper. But there we go, 2-0 to York over Yeovil, coming into the last minute of added time here. I think as well I'm going to keep with this 6 episodes a season format. I know a lot of YouTubers like to do 12, 13, and I have noticed as well when you do that method, it does seem to give a more attachment to the players, to the squad itself. But I think for the purposes of this save, we're going to keep it to the 6 episodes because I like it like nice and short and concise for you as well. I think that's quite important in terms of the way the save's going. So let's move on now. We'll take a look at the fixture list and we'll see when we'll be back to you in the next episode. So taking a look at the schedule screen here, I think I'm going to play a chunk of games. I think I'll probably play August and most of September. Come back for Plymouth, Northampton, maybe in the league. I think we'll have an FA Cup tie as well, somewhere around here. So it might well be that one of those gets replaced with an FA Cup draw. We will see. So like I say, lots to look forward to this season. I'm going to do a chunk of games and then come back to you in sort of late September time. So there we have it, everybody. A win on the opening day of the season for us is excellent signs. Hopefully we can now push on and get some good form going. I think the difficulty, like I said, this season is actually going to be finding what our first team is going to be for the season. We have so many options. It's a great problem to have, so I'm looking forward to this season. Hopefully you all enjoyed that episode, everyone. If you did, please leave a nice like down below. Give me a nice thumbs up there, that's much appreciated, and a comment as well. Let me know how you think I'm doing. If you want me to do any changes, I'll certainly look into doing those for you, and hopefully I'll see you next episode. Thank you very much, everyone.